What's up, people, man? I'm outside getting ready to smoke a cigarette. All right, now listen. Listen, all you guys that mess around with Ubuntu and Fedora, listen. I got a great friggin' idea. This is the best idea I've thought about. Take the best features of Ubuntu's hardware compatibility, especially with ThinkPads. You can double click on the trackpad because I like using the nub and the trackpad and the buttons. But you do that, it opens up, right? But it doesn't have the features of Fedora. But with Fedora, on most of the ThinkPads, I can't just go like this and open a window. But on the newer ones, the older ones, yes. Newer ones, no. But with the newer ones, the fingerprint works better. Older ones, you got to do more configuring for that. But it's very interesting because I just thought about that. Like, what if they merge together, right? You have the best features of Fedora put into the good workings of the hardware with Ubuntu. You'd have an unstoppable distro for Linux altogether. And yes, Fedora is a good Linux distribution. I'm not crazy about Systemd. I've posted on other YouTube pages that have talked about Systemd, but when it comes to the Linux kernel and stuff, that's what correlates a lot of the software dependency updates. So, therefore, you have to accept it to a degree. I mean, I like these distributions that have different init systems because to me they work better. But in practical case use, you got to go with it. All right, practical use case. So, what does that mean? Well, I'm kind of changing things around a little bit. I'm going to be working on learning different video editing software at some point when I can pay for it. But I'm still going to be using Kdenlive. I'm still going to be using a lot of the same things that I've been using. So that's not going to change. I do want to, I'm thinking about Lightworks and DaVinci Resolve. I'm just kind of going back and forth. But with some of the computers I have, it wouldn't work. Like on my Carbon. But the Carbon I could just use for Kdenlive. But that's going to be my 3, because I was thinking about getting a big 6-pound workhorse, but it just costs too much money, and it's just not practical when you can get something with Thunderbolt and get an external GPU for video editing, like not gaming, video editing. I still play, the Red Faction and Exontic and GZ Doom, but for use case, I mean, it's going to be mostly just practical things. Maybe I'll be doing videos on, selling laptops. Maybe I'll be doing videos. Maybe I'll be doing different videos on Linux. Get a camera and then have a shot OBS Studio of my desktop. So, but on the newer ThinkPad, that doesn't work very well. When you use FlatHub, you have to use the distribution's OBS Studio. That I've learned from experience. But with Ubuntu, OBS Studio works better. I will say that. Ubuntu, you've got OBS Studio. You've got that one. Okay? I'm giving you that one. And Kdenlive. Because even though you have to install Discover, you have to do that on Fedora too. You have to install Discover so you can put in all the extras that you want for Kdenlive or any other KDE-based software. It's a necessary. It is. Because of their policy kits and dependencies and all that mess. Okay. And I love KDE. KDE is a desktop hog. I'm talking about desktops, people. And you know why? Because after you get past 8 gigs, with 8 gigs, you can run GNOME fine. You can even do it on 4 gigs, really. It's not going to run very well. GNOME's not really fast. Even on, like, new 2022 laptops, it's not fast. Because that's one of my laptops. But yeah, I've just been hustling every chance I get, so. But I'm working towards what I love, though. So that's also why I wanted to make a video. So you can just call this whatever talk you want to call it. I could just call it open source software talk. So, but yeah, that's the thing. When you have all these different things going on in your life, you just have to make the best of it. You know, people can't make you happy. No one can really make you happy. But with this software thing, it makes me happy. I love open source software. I will until the end of my days. But anyway, guys, it's good catching up for a few minutes. I know I don't make videos much anymore, but I just wanted to put it out there that I'm still loving open source software, still loving FreeBSD, still following it. You know, everything mostly worked in the T14 that I explored, and I realized that there are other things that I should have explored. I just explored it very briefly, but my desktop worked. You know, sound. That was a pain in the butt because it's new firmware, so you can't. Yeah, that's a whole nother mess. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know. Yeah, but you know, with FreeBSD, I see it this way: if you have an older laptop that's 2017 and below, you're fine. And honestly, I'd say mainly 2016 and below, because my X270 that I had was awesome with FreeBSD. All right, everything worked out of the box, picture perfect. Everything worked perfectly out of the box. I should have just upgraded the display, left it as FreeBSD. Man, I would say FreeBSD is good for compact systems. Honestly, if you have like a compact system, you don't have too much stuff, even like a Carbon. A Carbon runs great with FreeBSD because it's a compact system. So, and that's why I love my Carbon. That's why I love my Carbon, folks. You got to have something that's remote, you can travel with, you can take with you wherever you got to go. All right? That's how it is. But now I'm starting to think utilitarian, practical. How can I help others? How can I serve others in discovering the potential that they can be utilizing for open source software? And to each their own, though, at the same time. Because I learned that with people, And that's why I mess around with Windows or reinstall Windows for somebody or whatever, or on a computer that's new, that I'm going to sell. Because no one's going to want, or not a lot of people out there, and I'm sorry, but this is the perfect truth. There's only thousands of us. There's not millions of us. There's not even, we're lucky to have thousands of us out there. But that's about it. A lot of things are starting to be made easier for people that I think they can utilize, that can help them. But at the same time, I'm not trying to force anybody or push it on them. No, because that never works. That never ever works. But yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. I just wanted to catch up for a minute. I'll talk to you later. See ya.